Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I say to the beat. Allegedly, 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 allegedly. Allegedly, it's just the word allegedly. It's what I heard allegedly. It's on the street allegedly. I sing to the beat allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, it's what I heard allegedly. It's just the word allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue allegedly. It won't help you allegedly. 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 Hello. Good afternoon. And after seeing this episode of Marriage and Medicine, I had to have a very special episode devoted to the rodent, to the vermin. We don't use that word enough, do we? Vermin. To the pest. Dr. Gregory Lunceford. The pest. Now, I am going to make some bold assumptions and assertions in this video, so I'm going to need you to go with me. And we're all saying this for comedy, for entertainment. I do not have a license to diagnose. We have to start there. I want to ask Quad, what is it like to have a husband that wants your pussy? Not wants your pussy, but that actually wants to put your vagina on and wear it. I realize why Greg is so focused on you're a woman, because you want to be one. You don't want to inseminate. You want to gestate. You want to be Quad. That's why you married her. You want to be her. You are not brave enough to be the woman you want to be. Madison can teach you. Madison can teach you. You're in Atlanta. Now, I will say this. You are going to be brick. 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 But you need... Look, we all know you can't bear fruit. We know you can't bear... You're giving I can't bear fruit tea. I don't think it's just sweet tea with the endometriosis. I think you also cannot bear fruit. In the words of Jackie, you might be infertile. Infertile. Gender envy is a wild thing indeed, and I can see it. I've been taking care of you since the day I met you, and you wanted to be taken care of. You wanted to be taken care of. The brain is small and the belly fat. Sweetie, don't you get pregnant with that. I said the brain is small and the belly fat. Sweetie, don't you get pregnant by that. You are a 67-year-old psychiatrist. Why don't you have kids if you wanted them? You got on a reality TV show twice. I'm pretty sure it's easier to make a human than get on a TV show twice. Really, girl? Can we get a quick Cecil Rose just for GP? I mean, Cecil didn't do anything but waste $24,000 on Kids Force. And in today's money, that could be $108,000 that Simone could have. But because Cecil Kids Force Whitmore had to have a bright idea, that money's down the toilet except for that polo, which I'm sure is gathering dust in one of their garages. Then again, Simone, you deserve to have your money thrown away. Because if hypertension was a person, it would be you. First and foremost, because hypertension doesn't look like anything, and neither do you. And neither do you. Let me say that again. If hypertension was a person, it would be Simone Whitmore, because hypertension doesn't look like anything. And neither does Simone. Doesn't look like anything. But I'll tell you what Dr. Greg looks like. Low testosterone, low confidence, low sperm, low sperm. And that's probably for the best. We don't need another one of you on the planet. We are glad that men like you are dying out. We don't need you. We don't want you to repopulate. Look at you. What child would want to grow up to look like that? That's cruel. That's a punishment. At least my kids would be pretty. But really? You're going to give your kids that height and that face? Already abuse. 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 And don't let it be a boy. You would make a boy go through that? The only reason you became a doctor is because you're under 6 foot. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh, God, and that voice. And that voice. Dr. Impotent. Dr. Impotent. Impotentity, if you ask me. When average men lose their formerly brainwashed baddie, they always resent her because he knows he can't ever look up like that again. But he wanted to be quad. He wanted to be a baddie that could get the men to spend. He wanted to gestate and not inseminate. He has womb envy. Womb envy. One more again. Womb envy. Envy. He wants to gestate. I never wanted to gestate. I have been happy with my penis. I have never wanted to gestate. Being me has been enough this lifetime. I'm okay with enough stuff. I can definitely say I'm grateful with enough stuff where I'm like, okay, we can deal with this. Let's see, you can't always look on your neighbor's paper. I never wanted to gestate. I never wanted to be a woman either, because then I wouldn't be me. It's giving big baby. That little rat last night. But he wants to gestate. He wants the feeling of life growing in his uterus. He doesn't have a uterus. He wants to feel sperm in his fallopian tubes. He has testes. He is disappointed and is mad at God and needs to cuss her ass out. You want to cuss God out, feel free. I have a laundry list myself. When I get up there, I'm going to say, sit down. Sit down. We got some shit to discuss. I want answers now. I do. But he wants a uterus. Now, he wants one of his own. And that's why he's always so angry at these women. And that's why Quad had enough sense to know you don't want a baby, you want to give birth. He wants to get in the stirrups. He wants a pap smear. I'm going to hell for that one. We have fun here. We really, this is a silly show. But I'm telling you, exactly. He didn't want to fight King. He wanted to fuck King. He is not ready to confront his sexuality, his gender envy, and his womb envy. And that's why you are in your 60s and you still don't have a child. Also, I don't think you can bear fruit. I think you are a fruit. Well, I guess you are the fruit of a fruitless tree. He was on his period with no flow. How are you on your period and you don't have a fallopian tube? You don't have an egg to flush away. You don't have a uteral wall to cramp on. But you stay on your period. You've been on your period for 11 seasons. We've seen Quad get on. You're about to hit menopause. Was this a hot flash? Was this a hot flash? I wonder, will this ever hit menopause? Or will you always in your mind breathe fresh and fertile? Because this is a mental illness. One, you were going to fight to the death over Quad, a woman that didn't want to have children with you, stopped having sex with you, and left you on worldwide television. You're going to fight to the death? Girl, she's like, honey, I was in the Air Force. Everybody was there. It never would have come. I mean, but you are a rat, so you're used to the threat of extermination. He still wants Quad's pussy. He still wants to put it on and get himself a king. A true king. I feel sad for the girls like that. I wish you had had the courage to get the vagina that you clearly need. It's sad that you didn't. But you can't take it out on the women in your life that you're not courageous enough to get the coochie you need. Get the coochie. You know what? I might have to start one of those petitions. We're going to petition for you to get your pussy. We're going to petition to get your pussy. You already have good insurance. You a doctor. I don't know if Georgia will cover your transition. And you know you can't. And really, though, I think he's mad he can't get the fallopian tubes put in because he wants to get pregnant. He wants to trap a man like Heavenly and get pregnant. Bed rest pregnant. Heavy pregnant. Low and in front pregnant. He already carrying low and in front anyway. You already look pregnant. Do you know he was pulling Quad's heels out? They're the same size. They're the same thing. He was stretching Quad's shoes, all the hell. Late in life. Honey, oh my God. If you don't Caitlyn Jenner this bullshit, late in life. Why not? Life is too short not to be who you want to be. You don't want to be with Sweet Tea. You say you want a kid. Pretend to get pregnant. Pretend to get pregnant. Wear the whole pregnancy belly. Beyonce did it. Why can't you? Why can't you? Don't. I'm sorry. When I see womb envy, I'm going to say womb envy. Do not get pregnant by a man that just wants your pussy. And I mean, he wants it as in he wishes he had one of his own. But now he's alone. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for you because you are sorry. You are sorry. You don't even want to be your new wife. So why is she here? Why? I hope that this has truly shown her what you are, because the last thing you need to have a child with is a feisty rodent. Now, you have shown what type of toxic masculine ideas are you going to pass down to these children, male or female, bi or nary. When you can't even face your own womb envy, you fruitless fruit. You know what it's giving? It's giving an old Drake tea. I hope watching. Why? You're infertile. You're infertile. Hashtag feisty rodent. Now, where is Dr. Snooze to give Dr. Squeaky Gerbil the impotent talk? She did it to Buffy. Exactly. Exactly. I didn't mess my hand up. But I think that's what we're dealing with, an angry, infertile man who wishes that he was his wives. Because you're also lazy. You don't want to work because we know you ain't going to raise them kids. You ain't got you want to have them. You want them to have them. You want them to raise them. You want to boss around a woman. All the while wishing you could switch and sway. Switch and sway. You wish you could take King's breath away. And I'm sure you do with your breath. It's obvious for views and it's tacky. Well, I mean, you know what? On that one, they both signed up. So there's a little bit of everybody guilty for me. Everybody guilty for me. Does anyone have anything to say about the rat, the rodent, the vermin, the pest, who wishes he had Quad's pussy? Why is his head as sharp as a pen? That is true. He does have a very odd head. Oh, Bronx is on the bed. Come here, Bronx. Come here. Bronx, do you have womb envy? Come here. Come here. I moved the furniture around, so he's a little shaky. Oh. Oh. How are you? Do you have womb envy? Do you? The way that he talks to Sweet Tea, I mean, you set up to be the next Quad in a good way, because at least you'll be able to get out of the marriage on television. His head is as sharp as the tip of a knife. He was triggered by the 15 times hunching comment. Dr. G is a jealous wimp that's mad at his wife for throwing out Quad's things. You know, because he was still wearing them. You know, he still liked to put on Quad's heel and stomp around. He liked to put on Quad's panty and lay on the bed, kicking his heels just so. Very coquettish. Very coquettish. And I'm not saying Quad isn't fabulous. Quad is fabulous. But Dr. G, why couldn't you be your own woman? Why couldn't you be your own woman? Dr. G's ego will never recover. His ego will never recover because he wasn't courageous enough to go down to the office and get himself that coochie. But he said, what was the point? It's not going to gestate. He wants to get pregnant by a baller. By a baller. Now, it's giving it. That's what it's giving. It's giving, I wanted a different life. I didn't want to be the doctor. I wanted to be the doctor's wife. He's mad because he is a 2. He fought for that sleep number, and I know he still got it. He probably still has some of season 1 and 3 shake and go wigs. Shook it. It's time to let the shake and go. But I just hope Sweet Tea knows the brain is small and the belly fat.